wake up in the morning after sleeping and be like, oh, my back, and you get out of the bed and you can't move. Or maybe you worked all weekend in the yard and you had a great day, and you're like, oh, man, I pulled my back while twisting, and then you get that cold drink and you sit down in the lazy boy and you go to get up and you can't even move because your leg's numb. Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Hood from Hood Chiropractic, and I will tell you, I've had back pain before. I know that it can be debilitating, and it happens to all kinds of people in all kinds of different ways. And so if you're watching this video, I want to give you 3 quick and easy things you can do right now that if you're in this situation, whether it just happened, whether it's chronic and it happens all the time for you, that can give you a little bit of relief. So here we go. Number 1, okay, when it bothers you, whether it's happening all the time or whether it's just grabbing you from that twisting in the backyard, you don't want to heat it up. So many people, I think heat feels good, man. I get that. I like hot showers too. And heat does make the muscles feel better. The problem with something with a back muscle spasm is if you heat it, you're going to bring more blood to the area. So people get in that hot shower and they twist it up. That's the wrong thing to do. You're going to bring more blood to there. You're going to sit on grandma's heating pad. You're going to flip that switch on. You're going to lay there for an hour. Then you're going to get up and not be able to walk. Heat brings more blood to the areas. It tightens it up. So what you're going to do instead, number 1, you're going to ice it. Wet paper towel on your bare skin. If you haven't watched my videos before, we talk about how to ice properly. You don't just slap the bag of peas on your bare skin, man. It's going to burn you. What you're going to do is get a wet paper towel. It's going to insulate you. You're going to put it on your bare skin wherever the injury is. Bag of peas, ice pack, bag of ice, don't care. 20 minutes only. You ice past 20 minutes, your body has a natural reflex where it brings more blood to the area, and it's going to be just like the heating pad. 20 minutes on, 40 minutes off. 20 minutes on, 40 minutes off. That's the first thing. Ice, not heat. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to want to use some type of natural anti-inflammatory. My suggestion with that is flaxseed oil, fish oil, extra virgin olive oil. These omega fat oils you guys hear about in the news, everyone's all crazy about taking fish oil. They're natural anti-inflammatories. It's food, man, just natural food. Couple of those every day, start bringing the inflammation down along with the ice, goes a long way. Number 3, third thing, most of the injuries that I see are actually not really occurring in the low back. They're coming from tight hamstrings and hip flexors. So many patients that I have in my office don't actually take the time to exercise or stretch anymore. So when they go to be that weekend warrior who's going to plow the back 40 of their house and pull weeds and get everything done, it's just too much on their body. So a regular stretching regimen is important. Now, when I say hip flexor, there's a muscle called the piriformis, and the piriformis muscle, we'll show you a little picture of this. The piriformis muscle actually is a hip flexor, and it attaches to the discs in your back. So if you pull that muscle, man, you're going to feel like you blew a disc in your back. And you come walking in my office with a cane. You'll be 20 years old, but you move like you're 90. You'll come in and you say, Doc, I pulled my back. Some people come in and go, Doc, it's my sciatica. I'm like, sciatica? They're like, my sciatica hurts. I'm like, oh, sciatica. Different, right? That muscle, the sciatic nerve, runs through that muscle. If you put that in spasm, man, you're going to feel that sucker all the way down into your leg. So a piriformis stretch, which again we'll show you, nice and simple. You cross your leg over, you stretch. By the way, if you haven't stretched in 30 years, stretching happens when you exhale. So people go to stretch and they lean over to stretch, say, oh, it hurts, and they hold their breath. Not going to stretch that way. Nice, easy, deep breathing. I don't believe in ballistic stretching. Ballistic stretching, like the swimmer getting ready to swim, ballistic stretching. Don't do that. Nice, easy stretching and breathing on that muscle. The reason this happens to people is, number 1, they're not flexible, and number 2, their spine is misaligned in their low back and their pelvis from an accident or injury when they're a child. But really, what I see clinically, we sit too much. We're in cars all day. We're sitting at desks on computers all day long, and it's putting us into this old age, decrepit posture. If you look at a normal x-ray of a spine from the side, the low back has this natural C-shaped curve. And when you have that natural curve, the muscles are attaching the way they want. So when you bend and move, things work properly, and then the nerves going into your legs are nice and healthy. But because you're sitting all day long, you lose that natural curve. We just sit so darn much. We bring the pelvis underneath. We straighten the curve out. Then we go to do something. You shouldn't pick up a newspaper and blow your back out, right? You should be able to bend down and pick up a paper. But because we've lost that natural curve in our low back, you don't have the muscles. They won't activate correctly. So you go to do something you should be able to do, like weed the garden or sleep, and the muscles grab and pull. So in my office, on top of those three things, the things we're talking about, what I would want to do to fix that is actually find the cause of why you're having it. So we want to take an x-ray from an abnormal straightened curve into a normal, natural, relaxed curve. And we would do that through some gentle adjusting and then through some very specific exercises, both in the office and at home, to get that natural curve back in your low back. You know why? Because we want change to be permanent. I want you to be able to pick up your kids and go play golf and do the things you like. But as time progresses, if that curve continues to straighten out, it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. So if these tips have helped you, that's wonderful. You can like us on Facebook. You can go ahead and like us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, or Twitter. Like us on Twitter, follow us there. We try to create a lot of valuable content for the community. We always say it's all good in the hood, but if you're interested in coming into the office to find out if there's something we can do, please, you can see our website here at the bottom. We're anxious to help you. God bless you guys. Hope you're having a great day. All good in the hood. See ya.